One of the biggest issues that I've seen most business owners have is acquiring talent. Not any sort of talent, specifically sales leadership talent. Business owners struggle to find someone that can manage their team effectively on an ongoing basis, where the KPIs are always consistently getting better. And this is where you come in. If you're already in sales and you've got plenty of experience, maybe a fractional sales management position is one for you. Mostly this is for those who don't want to build an entire business, or they don't want to build an entire sales agency, take on all the moving parts, but you just want to manage a handful of sales teams, maybe 2, 3, 4 sales teams, and work 4 to 6 hours a day. You dedicate an hour a day to each single team. As long as they're getting better, you will make a very good amount of money. It's not as lucrative as building an entire sales agency and you can make 6 figures per month, but you will still do a lot better than you are in your current sales role. And it's much easier to become a fractional sales manager than it is to build an entire sales agency. And that's what I want to dive into today. For those that don't know me yet, my name is Baaz Virk. I run revenuegrowth.io, where we build, manage, and scale sales teams and processes. And recently, we also started partnering with sales reps to help build out their sales agencies, because we want to be involved in 25 to 50 different verticals by end of this year. So subscribe, like, share, all that good noise, and let's dive in. Let's dive into some fractional sales management today. And before I break down the 3 different main things that you're responsible for, I also want to just put a quick pointer here that some of the companies, and these are, going to be your clients, they will treat you like an internal employee, because fractional sales management, you're not doing much except just managing a team on a daily basis, an hour, 2 hours a day. You're not really helping out on the other stuff. Again, I'm not saying all. Some clients, some companies, some business owners do it this way, and I'm speaking from experience. Hopefully you run into someone that isn't doing that. So the 3 main things on the fractional sales management breakdown: overview, management, daily KPIs, and daily troubleshooting. All right. Let's start with overview and management. The 3 main points of overview and managing a sales team is beginning of day, middle of day, end of day, right? And we'll start at beginning of day. All you have to do, 3 things, right? Beginning of day, you're focused on meeting and expectations. You meet with the entire team daily. This is non-negotiable. I know some people think it's once a week or anything. I believe it should be done daily, because I've tried doing once a week or twice a week meetings, and it doesn't help. The only people that this might affect, or some people might not need it, are your really top level A players. But still do it every day. Just set expectations for the day. Always go through client wins. If you're selling an offer, always make sure your sales team's conviction in what they're selling is always high. Next, what you want to do is go over the previous day's end of day report. What happened the previous day with all the sales reps, right? Go over that, maybe review a call or whatever, but just make sure you go over yesterday's report that day of. And then the last thing you want to do beginning of the day is review scheduled meeting applications. So hoping, if you have a client that's booking calls onto the sales rep's calendar, or setters booking calls, there has to be an application that qualifies the prospect as a qualified prospect, right? And what you want to do is start rating the applications and just start eliminating the ones that are not going anywhere, and make sure you start sending out the confirmations and reminder emails, texts, and calls, right? Send out confirmation, reminder, emails, texts, and calls the morning of the sales call. All right, so that's your beginning of the day. Middle of the day is pretty simple, right? All you're going to do is ongoing training. This could be done in a group setting or a one-on-one setting, right? And you just have to make sure you're available for the team. And that's where the communication part of things come in, right? Make sure you're available for the team for whatever it is they need, middle of the day, during the day, throughout the day. And every now and then, well, not every now and then, all the time, you're going to have sales rep that just underperform, right? They're not performing at their best. For those, you do one-on-one training. If they have a no-show, or you find an hour during the day, just make sure you go through the training with them. And then you have the end of day report. You review the entire day. How did that entire day go? Did the sales reps meet KPIs? Make sure that they update the CRM. They're doing all their follow-ups. and they send out confirmations the night before for the next day. And then it's just a revolving cycle as far as confirmation calls and all that goes. Next is daily KPIs, right? You got to make sure the daily KPIs are being met. This is relatively simple. If sales rep is performing, KPIs are being met, you incentivize them. If they're being missed consistently, you troubleshoot, i.e., that's just a good way of saying you fire them, right? Every offer is different, but you want to have a time frame as to how long are you going to allow this sales rep or to underperform, right? How long will you accept? It's, I would usually say between 14 to 28 days, 2 to 4 weeks. If they're still underperforming, they're probably not going to improve. All right. And even in that 14-day time frame, they have to be open to improvement. And then last but not least, you got troubleshooting. All right. You got agreements and contracts that need to go out on a daily basis, payments, invoices, collection and receivables, follow-ups, daily meetings, which obviously goes to the beginning of the day, middle of the day, end of the day. And you just, as a fractional sales manager, you have to be responsible for all this. Now, again, there's a lot of more nuances that go into it, but this is a very nice high level overview of what you can expect to do as a fractional sales manager. If you decide to start a sales agency and your focus is just sales management or fractional sales management. All right. Hopefully you got some sauce from this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.